Well, it's another beautiful day here on Spaceship Earth. It's a muggy one, but not too hot. It's humid this morning, but not super hot. I guess it depends on, that's a matter of opinion, I guess. It's a Outer Banks day. It's not as hot as it would be inland. But it's a beautiful day, and we have to enjoy all of these things. But I have one little thing on my mind, and that is there's a way that we can, it's a very powerful way for us to exercise for our mind. And like we have exercises for our body, there's lots of exercises for our mind, meditation and prayer and different, using your eyes and your body, and of course your body and your mind connected, like pushing yourself to do new things or things differently, like learning to juggle is one that's always an example, but balance sports like paddleboarding or gymnastics and things like that are particularly really good for the mind too, when you got to test your balance. But there's these mental exercises that are more just pure cognitive type exercises. And one of these is super effective, and people talk about it, and they've talked about it for a long time, but it's usually not described very well. And technology is one of these things that technology has helped make easier, and that's this idea of like what we kind of call like a self-talk, or even more so, talking to yourself as if you're a friend to yourself. This has been shown to be very effective for helping us work through problems and to build our character, and to primarily to try and get rid of bad characteristics that we're not happy with. A lot of times, like if we get upset about something easily, or we get angry about things, or if we feel down on ourselves or whatever, stuff like that. If you have this practice of acting like you're your friend, so my first name is William, my middle name is Gabriel. If I say, hey, William, what you did was okay. Everybody makes mistakes. You can do better than that. I always know that you can. Look at all these good things that you've done, and you just made a mistake there. Or, don't get so angry about things. It's okay. You don't have to get angry. Why did you get so angry? Just calm down and take a deep breath. And there's whatever that thing was making you angry was not that important or that big of a deal. And so that kind of thing can really be super effective. And it works really fast, And again, people have known about it for a long time, but with technology, we can use like recording devices on our phone or whatever, on these smartwatches and these sorts of things. And we can record that, and then we can listen back to it. Like then you come back and listen back to it. And how are you teaching? Basically, you're teaching yourself. You're like a friend or a teacher that knows yourself very well. And so you're just essentially teaching yourself. And teachers and coaches are very effective. But the thing is, you got to get the right coach. Like if you don't have the right coach, then it doesn't work so well. So you're kind of becoming your own coach. But another aspect of that is then if you have a friend that you trust, that's a good friend. Now, just trusting somebody in and of itself is not all of it. There needs to be a friend who's kind of empathetic and understands people and just and it could be a coach also. Like if you have a coach, and I don't just mean like a athletic coach, but a coach or somebody who's you're on the same page with, and you feel very comfortable with, and you know that when you have productive conversations with that kind of person, you can then share these self-talks with that kind of person, not with just anybody, but and let them, and that's just like makes it more real. And I guess they can also kind of comment back on that a little bit too, and say good job and keep it up and that kind of thing. And you can do the same thing with them. If they want to do the same practice, then you can do the same practice, because every single human being has to work on these things. But it's really, when you do it like that, it's a very good mental exercise, but it's often not described. Like, if people say it in a book, you know, you need to have good self-talk and this and that and the other, but they don't, very rarely do they describe a process for doing it, you know. So that's been a proven mental exercise. Just like push-ups are good for your arms and your chest, and jogging is good for your heart and all of that kind of stuff. That's a good exercise for your brain, and it works. It's proven to work, and it works pretty fast too. So anyhow, look at this beautiful view. Isn't that a beautiful view? Just get out there and let that sunlight in your eyes. This sunlight in our eyes, natural light, turns on a lot of good mental processes, and it stimulates certain kinds of hormone, chemical production in our brain, gets us going. So, yeah, get some sunlight in your eyes every day. They actually say try to get 2 hours minimum. If you get 2 hours, it's also apparently really good for your vision as well. Like it actually helps your vision. It's kind of like exercising your eyes, you know. I love you.